There's YouTube. How we doing, everybody? YouTube should be starting. Facebook, let's get Facebook started. Hello, hello. Check into the stream. Good evening, everybody. Good evening here in the United States. On the West, it is 5:30 p.m. 5:30 p.m. How we doing? Hey, Daniel. Everybody check in. Comment where you're tuning in from. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Should be populating on out there. Here we go. Hey, Richard. How we doing? Hey, B. Hugh. How you doing? Hello from Alberta, Canada. There goes the stream. Stream notifications. Stream notifications are going out finally. How you doing? Welcome, everybody. We're back. We're back. What up from Chicago? How you doing? Greetings from New Zealand. Hey from the United Kingdom. Comment where you're watching from. This is live in Kyiv in the Ukraine, capital city of Ukraine. Specifically in the Maidan Square. How we doing, everybody? Cincinnati's in here. How we doing? Hello from Monticello, Arkansas. Hello. Leave a comment, share the stream. What is this? Leave a comment. What's up out of Fort Wayne, Indiana? How are you doing? How are we doing? We're just getting plugged back in, sharing the stream out. Boom. Sharing the stream out. How are we doing? St. Genevieve, Missouri. Love from Ireland. Everybody comment. Let me know. Houston, Texas. Hello from Ashland. Hello. Egan. Amsterdam, Netherlands. Spam the blue and yellow hearts in the chat. Support for the people of Ukraine. We're here to support the people of Ukraine. Grayson, Georgia's tuned in. Elk River, Minnesota's tuned in. And we're back. And to share it to the story. Pulling up. Hello from Buffalo, Appleton. It's tuned in. Alright, got the headphones on. Michigan, Waco, Texas is on board. Respect from Jersey Shore. Thank you so much. Peterborough, Ontario. Welcome. Alright, so this stream is going to go for a couple hours. So we're going to end about 8 o'clock. Maybe 7:45, 8 o'clock. So enough to cover the nightly news in Ukraine. And then we'll be back, of course, for our full coverage tonight at 11. It'll be like 11:30. Probably closer to 11:30 because I need to get home from softball tonight. Because I have a softball event tonight. So I'm going to be doing that, and then it ends at the time I usually start, so... Have I changed have the lives changed? Yes, they have. The full coverage is now overnight. The full 8 hours or 7-8 hour coverage is overnight because that's when daytime in Ukraine is. So I had to adjust. So I know I usually went live around around this time usually when it first started, when the war first began. But it's shifted now, and a lot of the news and updates were coming during when the light is out. When it's light, the daytime. Thank you so much, Kelly. So the full coverage, which there is some breaking news that we're going to be going over here shortly in a recap, but the up-to-minute breaking news that consistently happens is during the daytime, and so that is from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. But this tonight, since I have softball, it's likely going to be 11:30 to 7:30, or even midnight to 8 o'clock, or midnight to 7. So if you're up tonight, Saturday night, we're going to be streaming. We're going to be up all night like we have been. All right, let's check the latest updates. So the latest, they had a red alert. Actually, let's refresh just in case there is something new. Stillwater, Minnesota, been watching you since the beginning. Aerial threat, still siren soundings. This was in about an hour ago in the city of, I don't know how to say this one. We're going to have to look up how to say this one. A lot of the information coming from Telegram and Twitter from an official account. Ukraine now. Kaminsky. I'm not saying that right at all.
Khmelnytskyi.
Kalmansky. The city of Kalmansky, where's that? Western Ukraine. They had an aerial threat, sirens sounding. Another one in Lubny. Sirens were sounding in Lubny about an hour ago, about the same time. And that's to the east. That is to the east of Kyiv. Share the stream too, guys, if you haven't. Spam the reactions on Facebook. Everybody, there's 500 some people. If everybody hits that like, the stream will get out there to more people. You can tune in for the recap. Same with YouTube. Share the stream too if you haven't. How do we play softball when it's cold and rainy? We're playing inside. There's a turf. It's a dome field. There's a hockey rink inside of it too. It's a big facility. Pretty nice. Ukrainian General Staff, 150 children evacuated from an orphanage in Kharkiv with the help of the Marines and National Police. Urgent. Ukrainian General Staff, 150 children from the orphanage in Kharkiv with the help of the Marines and National Police. So again, a lot of the updates coming from this stream is going to be recap updates. If you guys are really trying to tune in to like up to the minute updates, it's going to be during the daytime, and so you guys need to tune in overnight. We don't have too many. Again, when the invasion began, a lot of the breaking news was happening, and there still is breaking news here and there, but the invasion was at nighttime, or at nighttime for Ukraine, so it was about this time of night for the United States. So I have had to adjust because now, like the UN decisions, the Russian movement, military movements have all been happening during the daytime. So if you've been back, or if you've been missing the streams, if you're trying to tune in, likely going to have to adjust your schedule or try to figure out how to do so. Again, that'll be 11 p.m. without softball, so this is the daily schedule. It is 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., and then I'm going to be doing a 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. likely, or similar. Or maybe I'll stick to this prime time hours, so that way people can at least get updated. So actually, I'm thinking I'm going to do the 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. and then like a 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock stream, just to do a recap, because this is prime time in the United States. A lot of people are off work and they aren't able to tune in during the daytime. So we're just going through the recap from the last few hours and today. Do I play softball? No, it's the Stillwater or St. Croix. There's a few of them around the Twin Cities. There's a few domes. Hey, how you doing, Jacob? How are you doing? Did they block YouTube in Russia? Unclear. I know they have blocked Facebook. Explosion was heard in Kyiv. Or an explosion was seen. Let's see if it's a picture. No. Just explosion in Kyiv. No media. Here's the latest. Mariupol mayor. Russia blockades city, denies humanitarian corridor. So if you missed yesterday, or if you've missed anything in the last couple days, the city of Mariupol, which is one of the port cities, was being evacuated, or the Russians, they worked out a deal to get the people out of this city and safely, but the Russians continued to shell and send missiles and bombs, and so they had to halt. The mayor and the Ukrainian government had to halt the evacuation because the Russians were not obeying the evacuation. So the city of Mariupol, we're tracking that city. The Russians are trying to take that city. They took back Kherson. If you haven't been watching, they took this city back, or excuse me, they took this city, Kherson, just north of Crimea. This is Crimea, the area that they have occupied already. The other two port cities that we're keeping an eye on is Mykolaiv and Odessa. So Kherson has been taken by Russian forces. They're going to be working their way to Mykolaiv, and we're tracking that. The other thing that's been happening in Kherson all day, or all this morning, which would have been earlier in the day for Ukraine, was protests were happening. Oh, we do have an update. Russian troops have withdrawn. Okay, so we need to go back some. Oh, this is the newest update on Kherson. So the protests worked. Russian troops have withdrawn from Kherson. Let's look at this quick. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, though. The Russian military left the city center. Ours took the armored personnel carrier. We saw this video. I don't know. I don't know if they've for sure been... We saw that video. This is the guy on the... We watched this morning. There's big protests in the city of Kherson, and a guy had jumped on one of the armored vehicles and was waving one of the Ukrainian flags. So this is a video from the other side of the street. This update isn't from an official account or official report, so we're going to take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, I hope it's true. That's what I'm saying. Unsure if that's the facts of it or not. A lot of updates are wishful. I mean, understandably, wishful thinking updates that are sold as fact, and we got to be careful with that. So we got to just keep an eye on Kherson and make sure that's true. It's been back and forth. It's been back and forth. I don't think we've had any official updates. On Saturday, residents flooded the main. This is 2 hours ago. Flooded the main square in the city of Kherson and protested peacefully against the occupation. They waved Ukrainian flags and even hijacked a Russian armored personnel carrier, taking it for a spin. So, there you go. So it's unclear if they actually took the city, or the Ukrainian people actually took the city back, or if it was just this. That would be nice, though. 2 hours ago, Russian bombed residential areas of Chernihiv. So this is the next city that they've moved on to start shelling. So they've been shelling the city of Kharkiv. This is the city of Kharkiv. Let's pull that up on our 3D map. The city, it seems like Chernihiv is their newest target for getting bombed. Pull this up quick. Oops. Oh man. I'm gonna be getting on my day off this week. I'm gonna be upgrading some of my stuff, chat. I'm gonna be getting another monitor. I'm gonna go to the Micro Center. I'm gonna go to the Micro Center and just tell those guys, hey, look, just go ahead. Whatever I need. I need 2 of them. So I'm gonna get 2 monitors. I have a really good monitor, but I want to upgrade to a nicer one. The monitor I have is nice, but I want to upgrade 2 monitors so I can run a better feed. And then I can integrate Google Chrome, so I can I want to do like a feed of multiple windows up, and this news feed can refresh on its own through an extension on Google Chrome, so I can actually have this news feed refreshing on its own. But I do need to get a second monitor and some more equipment and technologies to do that, and so I'm going to be doing that this week. Yep. I was like, man, how is that? Because I was looking at other places, and how they have multiple camera feeds up, as well as the news getting refreshed, and it's possible. It's a Chrome extension. Do I have sponsors? Negative. It's just me. It's you guys, actually. Viewer funded. You guys are the sponsors, the viewers. If I start sucking someday, or I'm just not good at my job anymore, and you guys all unfollow, and I don't have a sponsor. You guys are the sponsor. I did get a new chair. Yes, that was the first thing I got. I did get a new chair. Mariupol mayor, Russia blockades city, denies humanitarian corridor. Yeah, I know. I have an Asus monitor. It's curved. But it's a 2K monitor. It's fine. But I would like a 4K monitor so I can stream in 4K, or I can play PC games in 4K at least. My PS5 is 4K, but I would like to upgrade, and I need 2 of those so I can have better broadcasting capabilities for you guys too. Because we're gonna be doing this. I have a feeling we're gonna be locked into the war coverage for a while, guys. This isn't gonna be a quick thing. There's gonna be times where there's other news to cover, but I feel like we're gonna be locked into Ukraine for a little bit. And I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong. All right, Chernihiv. So here's the city of Chernihiv, northeast from Kyiv. Let's see if I can try to get that up on. Maybe like right up here, wouldn't it? City of Chernihiv. See, is there an airport? Yep, this is it. And here, see some of the what the infrastructure looks like. So, looking like a lot of apartments, residential areas. This is Chernihiv. We're gonna have to go in on the other thing too. We're starting to do is Google Maps, and we're going to Street View, and we're checking out what the places look like without being war torn. Good evening, good evening. How are we doing? We've been going into Google Maps and then walking through the cities and seeing what it really looks like. This is Chernihiv. This is the city that's been getting bombed the last few days now. Getting bombed frequently. Lots of residential areas here. We should actually jump in. Get an idea. So there's the airport. Be like this. Report. So let's actually hop in quick. Let's see what that looks like. Good evening, good evening. Share the stream if you guys haven't. Alright, let's see what Chernihiv looks like. 1,000 stars, thank you, Believa. Thank you. Wow. First view we get. That looks nice. So this is what the city of Chernihiv looks like. This is the one that's been getting bombed more frequently. Victory Avenue. Buildings aren't even very tall here. Looks like even the businesses are just old residential buildings. This isn't right now. This is just what it looks like in general. This is what it looks like if there was no war happening. There's some of the tall buildings, some of the apartments. Alright. So, Chernihiv. Here it is. Russia bombs residential areas of Chernihiv with powerful, unguided Fab 500 bombs. Head of Chernihiv Regional State Administration. I know. All these places look great. Good afternoon, Amanda. Good afternoon. I know. If you wait till I'll show you guys what Kyiv looks like tonight. We'll go through the streets of Kyiv for our full 8-hour coverage. Again, this stream's only going to be going for another 2 more hours. All these evening streams aren't going to be as long because most of the coverage is daytime in Ukraine now, and it's currently nighttime. This is what it looks like in Ukraine right now. In Kyiv, you guys can see even now they're not even in blackout mode. The lights are on in the city now. And it wasn't like this all the time. How am I doing? Hey, Corey. How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for the coverage, Andrew. 1,000 stars. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, we'll be going through here, just like, for example, I'll give you guys an idea. We'll be doing this tonight, so hope you guys come back and tune back in tonight for our overnight coverage. Or how do I get to, where's the, I want to show you guys what this looks like, or what they have on here. Oh, come on. There's the, oh, I gotta look it up. Where's the dang square? Alright, I'm having an issue with apparently with the square. I've been staring at this map for over a week now. What in the heck? Where is it? I'm having a... That's Independence Square. What in the heck? Hold on. Why am I struggling? Where's the good... There it is. Let's go back. Let me figure this out quick. Why am I struggling? Oh, it's not even that far. It's kitty corner. It's right here. Right here. There it is. So it's really close. Okay. I was zooming out too far. It's right here. Found it. Oh, this is inside the mall. No. We got trapped in here last time. Gotta go outside. Oh, inside the mall still. Again, that big dome you're seeing, like, this is a look at what the dome looks like. Oh, you guys can't. I'm trying to get to a window. There's a mall. Okay, so there's a mall underneath this thing. This dome right here and this live stream that we're watching of the Maidan Square, there's a whole mall underneath this. There's the atrium. Alright, let's try to get to the street view. Nope. Not inside, please. There we go. Alright, this is what I was looking for. So this is what this place looks like when there's people in it and it's alive. And this is what this is that dome. There's a mall underneath there. This is what it looks like when there's people and it's nighttime. Or evening hours without. Then here's daytime. Oh, winter time apparently. Different angles. Different seasons. Look at, so this is the square. I'm looking for. So this is on the other side of here. Keep moving. Here's summertime. I want to get back to the festival pictures that they were using or whatever was going on. I think it's on the other side. Oh, inside the mall. Dang it. It's a big mall that they have in there. You gotta be on like over here to get the festival pictures. Or even here. Here's daytime. Look how busy it is. Usually. Alright, let's check update quick. Check the update. So 3 hours ago, so again, this isn't going to be all up to date. The evening stream for the United States, so this hour of stream, we're going to be covering things that those that couldn't be with us all night long missed. So some of this isn't going to be up to date, or it'll be today. It'll be from today, but I'll make sure I let you know how many hours ago it was. So this was 3 hours ago. Russian shelling damaged main building of Children's Hospital in Amadat. Where's that? That was in Kyiv. That was 3 hours ago in Kyiv. That's within the city. Those that have been watching, likely explosion in Kyiv. So a couple explosions in the last couple hours, missile or Russian shelling, which is, I'm guessing that's what the shelling is what they're using to describe the bombings. So when you see shelling, that's a missile strike or a bombing. That's what shelling means. I did see the videos. We watched that overnight. We watched the video of the Sky News reporters. You can play it. I'll play it for the evening audience. Send it to the Discord. So this is what we'll do. Any of the main big points that we can remember from the overnight 8-hour coverage, we'll recap for the evening crew right now. But then I hope you guys, a lot of you... Oh. Air raid alarm. This is in Kyiv. How do you join the Discord? It's in the description. Good evening. That was the last one. That was the last one. The last one's short. Alright, so this is happening in Kyiv. There's an air raid alarm. If you haven't heard it yet, that's what it sounds like. Hello, Maria. No, I didn't hear anything like that. No, just the air raid alarm. I'm not hearing any other noises. I'm glad you're back on. Normally when you're off I watch a different channel, but today they allowed one of the mods to change the name. Yeah, we wouldn't be that would never happen. No, that would never happen here. Yep. Still scary sound. Not always concerned. I mean, you can't. How can you say that though? I mean, if that was happening where we live, that would be a horrible. But planes flying over, that will trigger the alarm at times too. Do they do that every hour? No. No, it's not an every hour thing. Alright, let's check the latest and see if that was related to anything. See what that was. So a couple hours ago there were near the city of Kyiv, there was a Russian shelling damaged building of Children's Hospital. Let's translate this and read it. This is from Telegram. An investigation. Let's see. You want to read it? My read aloud feature's not wanting to work now. Let's see if I can get it back now. Okay. Translate. No, it's not wanting to read it. Russian rocket attack near Amakdat Children's Hospital. Investigation has been launched under the procedural guidance of the Shvinsky District Prosecutor's Office in Kyiv. A pre-trial investigation is being carried out on the fact of violation of the laws and customs of war. According to the investigation, the armed forces of the Russian Federation carried out a rocket attack in the area of the Provolitsky Bridge near the capital, near the territory of the largest children's hospital in Ukraine. The 9th floor of the central building of the hospital was damaged. The children and their parents and doctors were in the shelter, so they were not injured. Currently, the documenting of another crime of the Russian military servicemen is underway. This was 3 hours ago. Russian aviation destroyed a fuel station and damaged a residential... Excuse me, let's read this. On March 5th in Lebanon, enemy aircraft destroyed gas stations, tanks without fuel, and damaged windows in a 5-story residential building. SES units arrived at the scene. Where is Lebanon? Lebanon. It's in the Kyiv Oblast, Lebanon. East Lebanon. Not a very large city. Looks like a little town out there. Lebanon, east of Kyiv. Look at Sumy. They got Sumy nearly circled, according to the Russian occupied forces section. Yes, our stream supports the people of Ukraine. Yes, there's no pro-Russia. You're not going to hear pro-Russia talk from me ever. Anybody that's supportive of Vladimir Putin's also getting banned in the chat, so don't trip about it. They'll get taken care of. Sue me. Check this. All right, this is the video. It's not playing the video. Come on, just play the video. Not supported. Anybody have this video on Twitter? Telegram videos are difficult sometimes. Of the Russian aviation station, Russian aviation fuel station. Let me check the Discord. Team of Russian soldiers wanted to use the elevator to reach the roof of an office building. The team of Russian soldiers wanted to use the elevator to reach the roof of an office building. Ukrainian administration of the building trapped them inside by cutting off the electricity. Ukrainians also used an industrial camera to take this commemorative photo. Dang, imagine being trapped in an elevator. That doesn't look like much room to maneuver around. Zelenskyy invited Musk to Ukraine, so was this a teleconference with Elon Musk?
Jumps like you would be. So if you have time after the war, you're very welcome. I invite you.
Yeah, so that sounds good. Well, I look forward to visiting once things are.
Once things are good.
Like you would be. So if you have time after the war, you're very welcome. I invite you.
Yeah, so that sounds good. Well, I look forward to visiting once things are.
Yeah, once things are under control. You ain't going anywhere near Ukraine right now. 10 days after Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine began, hundreds of Ukrainians are dead. This is just a recap article from the 10 days. Apparently Anonymous is comprised of a bunch of people. It's not like one person. And they continuously have said that. They've been consistent with that messaging. They've been consistent on the anonymous accounts that they're not one person. It's like a team of hackers. That team could be huge. I don't know. Continue on. And SOF kits. This is what a Ukrainian soldier, you could find a Ukrainian soldier equipped with. NLAW RPG 16, RPG 22. Lots of rocket. That's what we heard. Air raid alarm. This is what we heard in the feed. They have people that post videos during the air raid alarms. So that's old. That's what we listen to live. Failure at the Ukrainian provider, Telecom provider, reports damage due to hostilities affecting service in Chernihiv, Sumy, Kherson, Vinnytsia, Zhytomyr, Ravine, Volyn, Kamensia, Lviv, and Chernobyl. Failure at the Ukrainian provider, Telecom, probably. This is photos at the power plant that was attacked, the nuclear plant. In the Zaporizhia, so this is day after. It happened on, what is it? It's already Saturday. So this happened Thursday night, that attack on the Zaporizhia power plant. nuclear plant. From an office building. No, the Z stands for here. Okay, it's already a... Here we go.
The letter V represents the Russian Marines. The letter Z represents units in the Eastern Military District. The letter Z in a square represents the Southern Military District, Crimea. The letter O represents units from Belarus.
There you go. Letter X represents the forces of Ramzan Kadyrov, the Putin-installed warlord of Russia's Chechnya region. So the letter X is... like a special forces of Ramzan Kadyrov, a warlord's military. And the letter A represents Russian special forces like Spetsnaz, or its various operational units. So there's the letters and what they mean. Anybody that's wondering on the vehicles. Continue on. Putin held talks with Israeli Prime Minister Bennett in the Kremlin. So Putin had talks with the Israeli PM. The main topic is the situation in Ukraine. Nine hours ago, Russian helicopter shot down. Saw a video of this morning of the rocket that took a helicopter out. How do I get the link to that though? I need like a link to pull that up. I suppose I can just do this. So here's the video. Here's a video I was trying to get on the on Telegram. Gotta find that story quick. Where is that? Hold on. Right here? That's Lubny. Lebanon. To the east of Kyiv. It's a new city. Apologies. A newer city to me. I'm not familiar with it yet. Lebanon. So this is in Lebanon. Where's the article from that? There we go. Russian aviation destroyed fuel station and damaged residential apartment block. So this is that video that I couldn't pull up in Telegram. Russian aviation destroyed fuel station and damaged residential block. Let's pull that up. It's our Discord server. Is there just like something wrong with the the video just will not play? I don't know what the heck. Even in the Discord, it won't play for me. I had to download it. Okay. I'll try to find like a Twitter clip of it. Still wasn't loading in Discord. Join our Discord server too, guys. If you have not done so. Discord server. All this is coming, most of it's coming out of our Discord server. All right. All right, all right. Comment where you're tuning in from, where in the world you're watching. Thank you, Karis, for the share. Nelly became a follower. Thank you. Dave Moon shared the stream. Thank you, Sally, for the 100 stars. Thank you, Maria, for the 100 stars. Thank you, Shannon, for the 50 stars. Thank you, thank you. Spam the blue and yellow hearts. Support the people of Ukraine. Comment in the chat where you're watching from. We got Atlanta, Georgia, Quincy, Illinois, Michigan, Florida's tuned in. Porterville, New York, the middle of nowhere. Williston, North Dakota, Wisconsin, Georgia, Big Lake, Minnesota. Washington State's tuned in. West St. Paul, hi from the Netherlands. How are you doing? Oh, yeah, I'll drive safe. Yeah, we have freezing rain for sure. St. Paul, St. Louis, Denmark, Central City, Kentucky. I'll pull up the Sky News clip here. It's again, that's going to be a viewer discretion for sure. We'll watch the Sky News clip. I'm letting you guys know though, viewer discretion. No one gets. There's no death in the video, but it is definitely a pucker factor. Being very, very dangerous in the video. 200 stars from Laura, thank you. Mike, 50 stars. Shelly with the 50, thank you. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, tuned in. Tennessee, Buffalo Bills, New York. Hello from Belgium, Ukraine, Austria, Kenosha, Wisconsin. How's Kenosha doing? Germany in the house. The Netherlands. Deborah, 50 stars. Thank you so much. There we go. There's the blue and the yellow hearts. Sky News clip was intense. Yes, it is. Syracuse, New York, France, Scotland, from Denmark. Iowa with strong thunderstorms. Welcome. Randolph, Minnesota, Army, 19 Kilo. We're all live on YouTube and Facebook. Letting the chat know we're live on Facebook and YouTube. Luxembourg, hello from Normal, Illinois. Hello from Normal, Illinois. Do we have the Sky News clip in the Discord? Where's the Sky News clip? Is that in Discord still? Red Ontario tuned in. South Jersey's tuned in. Welcome. South Jersey, how are you doing? Looking for the Sky News clip in the Discord. Glens Falls, New York. How are we doing? So this is going to show the intensity of what is happening. I'm looking for it though. There we go. I got it. Again, viewer discretion advised. Warning, some viewers may find this disturbing. So there's no death. There's nobody getting... He gets hit twice in his armor, but that isn't seen. But this is an intense clip. So fair warning to everybody. You missed this.
The Ukrainian people are being attacked from the air, from artillery, from ground troops and tanks. The debris of this war...
1 second, let me turn down the audio. Let me turn this down a little bit. We'll be able to hear the air raid alarm if it goes off. It's loud enough.
Every... The Ukrainian people are being attacked from the air, from artillery, from ground troops and tanks. The debris of this war litters every street. But the government has warned for days of Russian saboteurs who've infiltrated the country to bring terror. Death squads who are attacking civilians in their cars as they flee. They do exist, as we found out.
Oh, that's a tyre, isn't it?
Oh, that's a bullet.
That was a bullet.
Right?
No, it wasn't a bullet.
It wasn't. Something blew up under us.
Something went bang. Oh, there's a big hole.
Okay. Oh,
What?
okay. Wait.
Whoa! Whoa! What? Whoa! 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 Stop! Where everyone?
We think it's a Ukrainian checkpoint and a mistake, so we identify ourselves.
British journalists! Journalists!
Journalist!
Journalista!
Can anyone? You alright, Stu?
Journalista!
Is everyone okay? You okay, Dom?
Journalists!
Somehow we have to get out of this, but the rounds keep coming. It's a professional ambush. The bullets just don't miss.
Whoa!
Where can we go? Should I crawl down the embankment?
Andre! Whoa! Whoa! No! Stop! Stop! Journalist! Where are you
I'm
going?
hit, but escape the car, and with producer Dominic van Heerden, we make our way down the embankment.
Where are
Camera operator Richie Mockler has taken 2 rounds to his body armour, but is still stuck in the car. He runs for it in a hail of bullets.
They lived.
Keep going. Stuart, come on, Stuart, I'm running.
The 5 of us have made it out of the car, down the embankment, and we just can't believe we're alive.
Yep, they're alive.
Let's go through there behind that
I
wall.
wouldn't be showing this if they lived, if
Go
they
on.
died, by the way. We're not showing human beings getting killed on the stream, so that's why there's a lot of content and videos that are viewer discretion, but I am not showing any in-your-face death of human beings from this war. We're not doing that. But yes, they all lived.
Into a warehouse unit looking for cover.
Go.
They just abandoned the car. Whoever they have with them has military experience. Whoever that reporter is definitely has military experience. They didn't all cross at once.
3 caretakers beckon us inside.
Спасибо.
And we're like, is that Iran? And they didn't seem like
Producer Martin Val starts coordinating a rescue plan with Sky staff. We know any rescue will take hours. We're stuck, fighting outside. We've no idea what's going on.
We've got ourselves into a garage. Somehow we found our way in. There's 3 guys working here, and they've said we can stay, but there's a lot of firing going on outside. We don't know why. It appears to be a battle with mortars and shooting.
After a mammoth logistical effort, we were rescued by the local police. We were lucky. Thousands of Ukrainians are not. And every day, this war gets worse here. Stuart Ramsey, Sky News, Kyiv.
So that's a Sky News report.
Russian President Vladimir Putin launched what he called a special military operation against Ukraine on February 24, de facto declaring war on the country. Putin claimed to have no ill intentions towards neighboring countries and denied firing missiles on the civil infrastructure during what he called a campaign to disarm and denazify Ukraine. Meanwhile, Russian troops shelled civilians in residential areas, burned houses, schools, and kindergartens all over Ukraine. 10 days after Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine began, hundreds of Ukrainians are dead, thousands are injured, and over 1 million are displaced. The Kyiv Independent publishes photographs of Ukrainian cities destroyed by the Kremlin.
So these are photos that are coming out. So this is just if you've missed it. We've seen a lot of these pictures in video, especially this day. We watched the video of them walk across the bridge. All these are residential areas. All right, I need a minute. 1 second. All right. Comment where you're watching from. And let me know. This is happening in Ukraine. Some fucked up shit, man. Comment where you're watching from. What city, what state, where are you tuned in from? Where in the world are you watching from? We got Minnesota, we got Kenosha, Eugene, Oregon tuned in. South Carolina, Nashville, Ontario, Canada, Akron, Ohio, Texas, Comer, Georgia's tuned in, Tennessee's tuned in. Richfield's tuned in. We got England tuned in. North Carolina, USA. We got St. Paul tuned in. Welcome, welcome. Syracuse, New York, London, watching from your basement. Jersey Shore, Rhode Island, Minneapolis, Sunshine State. Quebec, Canada. St. Paul, Alabama's tuned in. We got Switzerland tuned in. How you doing, Florian? USS Enterprise. We got Southern California, an undisclosed location. Osceola, Florida. We got the Philippines. Black River Falls, Wisconsin. In your nice warm bed. Preston became a follower. We got 200 stars from Kimberly. Thank you. Black River Falls, Wisconsin. White Bluff, Texas. Thank you so much, Richard. Arizona tuned in. Tel Aviv, Denmark. All right. If you need to take a break from this stuff at any point too, you guys can. Don't feel that this war isn't your fault. And I get it. It's hard to take a break. And knowing what's happening there, it's hard to take a break from it. But I do implore you guys to take breaks from it when you can. Otherwise, it's gonna negatively impact you in ways you're not ready for right now. Or unless, if some of you are already ready for that and know what I'm talking about, if you're not ready for it, it'll come later. Or maybe it's even happening now for you. But I recommend that you take a break. Alright? I'm not live with it. I was keeping a feed going even when I wasn't here, but I'm not doing that anymore. Just because I need you guys to take breaks. I know it's hard to. I know. Let's check the latest. Nothing new here. 16 minutes ago. Zelenskyy, additional Starlink satellite tech to arrive in Ukraine. So he was working out a deal with Elon. So that video call he was on Elon with, I'm sure this was discussed. Additional Starlink satellite tech to arrive in Ukraine next week. Zelenskyy announced that he spoke with Elon Musk, who will provide more Starlink satellite systems for Ukraine's war-torn cities. They also discussed possible space projects for after the war. Another video of Ukrainian ATGM strike on a Russian tank. What's that? One of these. Dude, they have so many. They're just like full on equipped with the rockets, with the NLAWs, the javelins. all this anti-tank guided missiles, all these things. Yes, the fundraiser is still going. There's $13,000 raised for the International Rescue Committee. They're full trained on these things. Like it's going to be when they tell the story, it's going to be lots of imagery of the rockets, the javelins, NLAWs, and a whole lot of Russian tanks and armor getting destroyed by them. A wire-guided missile. Wire-guided. Let's try to get some information on that. The modern Ukrainian-made skip. That isn't right. The K. Is this it right here? ATGM. Ukrainian ATGM. Oh yeah, it's got the thing on it, right? It's got the string on it. It looks like it's got a string on it. I think this is the right one. Does the siren going off? It means it's an air raid alarm, so they might have intelligence or warning of an air raid, or it's in the area. There hasn't been this when the air raid alarm is going off. Excuse me. It doesn't mean that they're getting bombed at that moment. It could be that they have advanced intelligence. Philip Hanen donated $20, so that's that to the IRC. Dang. Whoa. I'm gonna turn it down with that. So look at the way that it traveled. You can see the way that the rocket like traveled. It didn't even travel in a straight. It did there. So that's Ukrainian ATGM targeting a tank, a Russian tank. Here's video of a Russian Ka-50U. Where's this from? Telegram. When did this happen? 1:59, nearly 2 in the morning. Okay. This was from yesterday, but a new clip. Clips are surfacing. They might be from yesterday, but clips that haven't been seen yet. So the ministry released this. It is the control wire to steer it. Okay, Paul. Alright. The thing is about this time, for this stream, it's a lot of recap. A lot of recap from the day, John. A lot of breaking coverage is during the daytime now for the war. So that would be, right now, it is 6:39 p.m. in the evening here in the Twin Cities. So that's why my main stream, the stream is going to end at 8 o'clock, so in an hour and 20 minutes. A little before 8. And then our full stream, this is like just to keep you guys up in the loop that were unable to missed the full coverage. But I implore you guys, if you can make it to some of the full coverage from 11 to 7 in the morning, in that time frame, that is when a lot of the breaking coverage is happening. So this is a lot of recap time for this one, for this stream. Things that were missed. 10 hours ago, the aftermath of a Russian shelling in Kharkiv. So again, Kharkiv, I keep saying it two different ways. Kharkiv, border city, been shelled nearly every single day since this war started. Every single day since this war started. Sumy, another city that's... What happened here? Reports of fighting. This was yesterday, so that's really old. I reported on that already. That was nearly 24 hours ago. So no new updates in Sumy. Nothing new. But Kharkiv gets an update nearly every day. Shell explodes in the Novoseltsky market. That was 5 hours ago. So this was 5 hours ago in Kharkiv. This city just gets, again, shelled and bombed on a daily basis. Of course, yeah. So hope you guys tune in tonight, 11 p.m. Yeah, BBC, because the news is flipped. The news cycle's different. Apparently, are we having thunderstorms in the Twin Cities right now? Ukrainian billboards in Kyiv today. So this is what some of the billboards in Kyiv look like that they've been putting up for the Russian invasion. Tonight it'll be about 11:30, 11:45 though. I need some time to get situated. What I'm going to do though after this is done is I'm going to schedule the YouTube stream for tonight. I'm going to set it up so that way the stream on YouTube will be ready and you guys can sit in the queue if you need to, so when it starts you'll be ready to go. 100 stars from Don. Thank you, Jennifer, with the 50. Donna with the 200. Thank you. CJ, thank you for sharing the stream. Tom, thank you for sharing the stream. But I'll have the stream on YouTube scheduled so you guys can have it up and ready to go. Facebook, I can't. Maybe I can. No, I can't. No, I can't schedule it. Not since I'm running a fundraiser. It's not. It's still not perfect for multi-streaming, but Facebook you'll get a notification likely. YouTube, again, the stream will be scheduled for you guys. Yeah, you can get a reminder then. Yep, for sure. If I schedule streams, you get an extra reminder without using one, because I only get 3 a day. That's why I can't go live all the time, guys, and I can't just be live at all times or just go live whenever. YouTube, I am limited to 3 notifications a day. So even if I can go live as much as I want, but you guys aren't going to see it or be notified of it. Tonight, I'm also going to send a member notification out too. So when I go live at 11, if you YouTube, I get 3 notifications I can send out: a member notification, the scheduled stream notification, and then the actual, like when I go live. You should get a few of them. All right, let's refresh, see if anything new. Thank you, Jennifer. Peter, thank you for the share. Boomo Ben, thank you for the share. Don for the 100 stars, thank you. You get them? If you're on Facebook, type !notify in the chat. !notify, so you get an automatic follow and you get a notification without having to leave the stream. Yep, just like that, Jennifer. You'll now get notifications when Mercado Media Productions goes live. Yep, just like that. Tune in for a sec. Yes, there was just shelling outside of Kyiv. That was hours ago at this point now. That's been there again. Most of the the nighttime is shellings in cities or random parts of the country, sporadic or random. It seems they've gotten less and less each night now, but they still happen, and there's still air raid alarms, but not anywhere near what it was when the war when the invasion first began. Most of the news and updates come during the daytime in Ukraine. Russian movements, protests. And lots of the refugee situation at the border. They go live. Reuters goes live every day at the border. So there's a lot more to tune into, which overnight now, instead of just this time of night. Because this time we're almost hitting 3 a.m. in Ukraine. Was it 2:46 in the morning? And that was the time of night when the war first began. That they were sticking to tactics that would be advantageous to Russia. And then the Ukraine held them off, and now they make all their moves during the daytime. Thank you, Samantha. You're now following Mercado Media. Here you go. You'll now get notifications. Perfect. It's working. Just like that, everyone, if you're watching on Facebook. The exclamation mark goes before the word notify. It's a chat command. If you're ever on live feeds on chats, this goes for many. It's a command it's just a command prompt. Yep, Adam, there you go. It's working. Good evening, good evening. This is live in Kyiv. Liz, thank you for becoming a follower. Mariah with the 310 stars, thank you. Yes, we still have a P.O. box. Shout out to Gage from Garner Glass for sending goods to the P.O. box. Some glassware of Vikings horns. Thank you. Yes, the P.O. box on the Facebook page in the front. Or it can be found on the website. Same, now that I know that there's an entire mall under there. And there's the fountains, there's fountains around it too. What a unique space. And the mall extends all the way to the other side too. Because you can see the mall, you can see underneath this space too, there's parts of the mall. Behind the monument. So underneath this entire city right here, underneath this entire spot is a mall, underground. This whole area right here is an underground mall. Very unique. I know, right? Let's check it out quick. It's called the Globus Mall. This is one of my favorite pictures, though, still. Here's more of it, of the festival, or whatever they're doing. Or maybe it's just like a night where a lot of people go and hang out there. I don't know, but there's just a lot of people. But this is what it looks like. Look at the dog. John, what the corrupt government wants you to see? What do you mean? We're going through Kyiv sources, and are you saying that we should be looking at Russia sources? Because that would be silly. That would be counterproductive, and would never happen. We're staying away from as many Western sources as we can. We've been following independent sources from the beginning. They've blown up now, but we're still trying to find newer and newer sources. I know, look at it. Let's go to the other side where the monument is. Look at the mall is underneath the glass. There's a big atrium under there. Is this how you get in there? Oh, I want to go in. No. Why did they take the pictures off of the... Okay, I guess we can't go down into there. So now this is the other side of the mall. You like walk around in here? Tight corridors. No, I want to like see the outside of it. Here we go. There we go. Here's the Maidan Square outside. The Globus Mall. So that's how you can enter through either side. Here's the monument that we've been seeing. Oops. Wow. I would totally go there and like walk around. This is what the Maidan Square looks like. Alright, let's check latest. Exclamation mark notify Cheryl. Nothing new. Ukrainian staff, general staff, 150 children evacuated from orphanage in Kharkiv with the help of Marines and National Police. This is the latest. This was a few hours ago now. What up, bro? Dayton, Ohio. How you doing? Lorraine, thank you for the share. Philip, thank you for the share. $50 donation from Anonymous. Anonymous donation to the IRC. The International Rescue Committee. These are who you're donating money towards. On YouTube. Crisis in Ukraine, donate now. International Rescue Committee. One-time donation or monthly donation options. Laura, thank you for the share. Thank you, Laura. Any updates on Kherson? There's been one update, but I don't know if we can trust it as like a fact, if it actually happened or if it's wishful thinking. So like 3 hours ago on Saturday, residents flooded the main square in the city of Kherson and protested peacefully against the occupation. So there were big protests. Thank you, Penny Beth, for the share. They waved Ukrainian flags and even hijacked a Russian armored personnel carrier, taking it for a spin to a loud applause. Nope. Trying to find the... Where's that part in that article? I didn't even see that part in the article, though. Let's check this one. And then this update says that they've withdrawn, but it's not from an official account. I don't know. Together victory. Travel. It's a travel account. This was happening, though. There definitely was lots of protests and protesters for the city in Kherson, but I don't know about this. They've withdrawn. We haven't had any official updates on that. Stop. I hate social media. I'm not seeing anything. I'm just kind of scrolling back now. So here's the Zhytomyr armored plant. So if you if you guys have been tuning in, there's been breaking news 2 nights ago of the Zhytomyr plant that had been bombed. Let's look and see where Zhytomyr is. And so this is daytime video. So this was earlier in the day, or would have been yesterday now, technically in Ukraine. But this is when it was daytime. If you missed it, Zhytomyr. To the west. Zhytomyr. So it's to the west of Kyiv. Capital city of Kyiv. Here's Zhytomyr. Share all maps to our Discord server. Share any maps that you have into our Discord. We'll pin those. This is going to be hard to find on our 3D map. Wish I had this with Google Earth. Maybe installing a Google Earth plugin on Chrome would take less resources. But there's Zhytomyr. Zhytomyr's to the west. Let's check it out. Aftermath.
О, опять летит. А? Ну это наш.
Суки, бля. Не дают нам жить. Вот она сюда попала. Вот тут мы стояли. Вот воронка.
Anonymous with a $2 donation to the IRC.
Смотри, вырывало двухтал металл живой. Так мы сегодня отработали. Ну, живы остались. Вот, пожалуйста. Все, нету. Ничего.
Alright, one more time. Again, this is the Zodimer armored plant. This is the Zodimer armored plant. Aftermath of shelling out at the armored plant to the west. This is what it looks like during the daytime. Often the shellings are at night, so then videos come out later in the day. Skull MD donated $10 to the IRC.
Опять летит. А? Ну это наш. Суки, бля. Не дают нам жить. Вот она сюда попала. Вот тут мы стояли. Вот воронка.
Tim and Lori Spencer donated $5 to the IRC. Australia can't donate. You might have to go right to the website, which should be in our description. Oh, yeah. You're gonna have to go straight to the website. We have to add the link to it, or actually, no! ! Donate will give you the link. We have a chat bot. I have to turn it on. Wow. Hello. We turn on the chat bot so it'll give you the link. There you go. Now do ! Donate, and then you'll get the link to the IRC. Crisis in Ukraine. ! Donate, and you'll be able to do it straight for the website. It might not work. It might not work through YouTube. It didn't work for me either. I had to do it. That was a Zodimer armored plant. This is what aftermath of an airstrike. Lots of these are during the night, so you can't see it until it's light outside. Do ! Donate in the chat. Oh, you're gonna get it a bunch of times now. There you go. There you go. It'll show up now for you, plenty. Click any of those that are about to appear. It's all the same link. Yep. If you're unable to do it straight through the video, through the feed, then there's the website. Comment, or excuse me. So we had somebody asking who I am. I'm Andrew Mercado from Mercado Media Productions. I own it and operate it. I don't have any other reporters. We have an awesome moderator team. We have a couple photojournalists on the team that do amazing photography. Like you can see here, all of these pictures that were taken in this collage, I didn't do that. But we have a couple of amazing photojournalists on the Mercado Media team. Thank you, DJ Elrad, for the $20 donation. So I took this one. That's about it. I took this photo that I can't remember his name now, but some major film director that makes movies for political stuff took this photo. But that's about it. Amazing moderator team, a couple photojournalists, and me. So I'm Andrew Mercado. You guys are watching this live on Mercado Media Productions. You're also watching this live on YouTube. Live now, right here, YouTube, live, nightly news, war in Ukraine, live updates and recap, Mercado Media Productions. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And follow the Facebook page. If you're looking for information on how to support the media part of it, you can go to the website. All the support information is in the support tab. If you're trying to support the media part, I'm trying to promote the fundraiser as much as I can. So if you're looking for that avenue, just go to the website. Just go to the website and then click support, and it'll take you to all the links that you need to support the media. Thank you to all that have and do. Thank you to all of our subscribers and all of our members that keep the media going. Thank you, thank you. This is still live in Kyiv. No, it wasn't him. Can't remember his name. It wasn't Michael Moore. Awesome. Of course, yep. Do I do YouTube full time? Yes. Well, if you want to call it YouTube. But if live stream media, yes. Live streaming. If I'm not streaming news, if there's no breaking news or current events that I can provide coverage of, then like in my downtime or my free time, I'm live streaming video games. Thank you, Eric. Shout out Nova Scotia. Again, though, chat, a lot of the breaking up-to-date, by-the-minute coverage is the overnight stream that we do. The 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. because it'll be daytime. It'll look like this, right? It'll look like this in the stream. It'll be different from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. So I hope a lot of you guys are going to be tuning in tonight, overnight, so it'll be Saturday into Sunday for us, but again, it's already Sunday in Ukraine. And a lot of the Russian movements, advancements, the happenings, UN updates, the border updates, all of it happens during the daytime now. So we're an overnight stream now for up-to-date breaking news updates. There isn't any breaking news during this time. Like when the war first begun, a lot of you were tuning in right now, and I was going live at this time, at 7 p.m., because it's 3 a.m., and that's when a lot of the Russian advances were happening, and that's not happening anymore. So, we are full coverage overnight now, which is beneficial and why we have so many amazing European audience. I know it's tough for those of us in the United States. That's a weird schedule. That's tough for us here. But for those we have a lot of viewers over here that are thankful for it. They don't care. They don't care. But it's 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. for daytime breaking up-to-date coverage. Tonight it's going to be about 11:45 though. I'll always adjust or put a tweet out. Here, follow us on Twitter. I tweet all schedule updates here. Coverage from Putin's war, Russian-Ukrainian war will resume at 4 p.m. give or take a half hour. But I update our war coverage on Twitter. So I post all updates regarding when I'm going live and when on whatnot on Twitter. I'm going to be doing better about scheduling the YouTube streams, so that way you guys will have a queue to sit in. The other thing you can do while you're waiting is to go to our Discord server. Lots of information being shared in the Discord server, relevant information. Nothing new in the Belarus map. The latest update on the Belarus map is from a day ago. You woke up 30 minutes ago. What did you miss? There was explosions in Kyiv 4 hours ago now. There was a bombing of a residential area in Chernihiv 4 hours ago. Shelling of a main building of a children's hospital. Video evidence of that came out 4 hours ago. 4 hours ago, Ukrainian air defense shot down cruise missile over Kramatorsk. So here's a video of a cruise missile being shot down. Oh. Because they can intercept those things. So Russia sends a missile, they have capabilities to send missiles at those missiles to stop them. Missiles for missiles. Russian aviation destroyed fuel station and damaged residential apartment block in Lebedin. So this is on Twitter. I still haven't found a good Twitter link yet. Or I did, but I lost it now. Residential block hit and caught fire at northern Slatvika in Kharkiv. This is 4 hours ago.
T.me/Suspil. Residents of Kharkov reported the sounds of volleys and explosions. As of 22:40, shells are heard in the area of North Saltivka. A high-rise building is on fire. A powerful explosion in the area of the city center was also heard by correspondents of the public.
So so current updates on that Azov battalion that Ukraine has was that it's been denazified. There was open far right, members of that battalion. That battalion fought in the Donbass, and since 2014, they've worked to denazify it. It still has far right believers in it, and it's like comparative. The expert reports compare the remaining groups in that battalion would be comparable to like Proud Boys or the 3%ers in the United States. So it's like those types, and they're fighting down in here. That's what's left in the Azov battalion. But Russia used that as propaganda and saying that that's the entire Ukrainian government, and they used that battalion as a rallying cry and said that that's the entire Ukrainian military. And they've also somehow convinced that's been the propaganda message for a lot of liberals that are like Russia is so masterful in their propaganda, and not in a good way. I'm not saying that that in a good way, but they've managed to turn Americans from both sides of an aisle to have supportive talking points for Russia. And that's one of them. It's wild. And it's like some of the people that I've known that are what you call more liberal are so like they haven't said anything, they haven't focused any of their discussion points around the war crimes or anything about the invasion, the schools getting bombed, the hospitals getting bombed. But yet somehow they're bringing somehow the 2014 Azov battalion is what they're talking about. They're talking about that, and that's all from Russia. So they somehow got liberals on Russia's side too, and then if it's getting bad for the right side of the aisle. They're doing Russia's work for them now. But they're definitely infesting in the United States, and if you're a U.S. citizen, we gotta keep an eye out for that. That's been happening though. That's been happening. But if you've been noticing, just peep social media for a bit, you're gonna see some puzzling arguments. I don't know, Shelley. That'd be questions to find out further. It'd be similar to, like, again, just speaking black and white. Take your feelings out of it. Take your feelings out of it. I've been covering protests, and I've been doxxed by all types of extremist sides, right? And take your feelings out of it. If the United States was invaded, if the United States had an invasion, there would be people that would be fighting on behalf of the United States that you would absolutely not agree with at all. There would be repercussions from that. But again, that's why I continuously say war is not good. There's nothing good that comes from this. There's gross things that happen in war. Poor decisions are made in war for wins, for victories, to preserve life. And that's just the black and white way to put it. Sucks. War is not good. That should be the moral of this. That should be the moral of all this. There's the moral good that can come out of this at all is as much aid to the humanitarian efforts as possible to assist in the people that are losing their homes, their jobs, and their families. But the war and like the geopolitics of it and the understanding, like, why is this battalion fighting for them, and like, why is this happening, and like that's all part of the war, and it sucks. It is. But you're not going to be able to and we're not even talking about the border issue that's happening, which is true. The refugee issue at the border is just lots of bad things are happening, and war is not good. Lots of bad things are happening. I'm really hoping that should just be the moral for you. No one wins. Mm-hmm. And now Russia's conscripting people that are even speaking out against it to go fight. So it's like even the young Russian soldiers that are having to be sent against their will, or they'll get shot and killed. There's no moral good from it. Those that are trying to find moral good in this, you're gonna find a counterpoint to it every time, everywhere you go. Thank you, Debbie. Yo, what up? Be wicked. Any news of the protests? No, I'm not. I don't. This update. We did get an update, but I'm not believing this yet. Ain't no way. They took this city over, but this is not. This is the headline from the story, but it's coming from a travel account that's not even verified, and it's just showing the protests that were happening that we saw earlier. So I'm thinking this isn't true at all, and this is like a wishful thinking point from the account that posted this, because this is a protest, and the protests were getting bigger and bigger, but there's been no big news saying that Russian troops have withdrawn from Kherson. Like that'd be big news. But this is what the protests did look like. They got pretty big today. One more time. I don't have the answer for that. I don't have the answer for how you stop a corrupt government. I do not. Those that understand or think they understand of what Putin's doing, you've been subject to Russian propaganda. If you just read the history, I should just play that video again here since it's recap day. Let's look at the history of. Let's look at this video. A lot of you that have been tuned in since day one have seen this already, but just look. You gotta look at history. History. Where is it? One of the biggest videos on here now. This has 22 million views. Oh. Here we go. She masterfully. What is the reporter's name? One time. Let's get it in the chat first before I play, so we can give credit to the reporter. This is Wyan. But this is like a master class in the entire history of the conflict. And anybody that's trying to it's just so much deeper. So much excellent video. I know, we're gonna watch this quick, and it just shows the history and how Russia has completely propagandized their own reasoning for doing what they're doing, and then has Americans speaking on behalf of what they're doing, and also has the opposition to those Americans, so like what you would call liberals and conservatives, not like they're advocating for Russia too in like a backwards ways, and they got them all. This has been happening in history. What's the reporter's name? Anybody know what the reporter's name, quick? The chat sent it so many times. Send everything in the Discord. There's just too much. I'm not responding to many personal messages right now. Okay, let's just play it then. I'll get whenever someone comments the reporter's name.
The Slavic people
Alright, let's play.
lived here. The city of Kyiv was their capital. Between 900...
Let me turn down the Kyiv live feed. Again, this feed's live in Kyiv. This is the straight up history of the entire region. Palki is her name. Thank you. What's her last name? All right, here we go. We played this when the invasion first began to get a background of it, and now here it is again, because there's people that still are not understanding this at all.
All week, you've heard numerous answers to this question. In Ukraine, 71% of the people believe their country is already at war with Russia. This is a complex crisis.
Again, this video was made before the invasion really began, and she's going to go into the history. So right now, the party she's talking about is already long over. The invasion's happened.
And all the answers are hidden in history. Did you know there was a time when Kyiv was more powerful than Moscow?
Palki Sharma, thank you.
There was also a time when Ukraine and America were adversaries. Tonight, we'll bring you all these stories. We will tell you why Russian President Vladimir Putin is obsessed with Ukraine. I'm Palki Sharma Upadhyay, and this is Gravitas Plus. We begin in the 9th century. There was a state called Kievan Rus. This is where it was located. The Slavic people lived here. The city of Kyiv was their capital. Between 980 and 1015, the Kievan Rus was ruled by Grand Prince Volodymyr. In Russian, his name is Vladimir. In Ukrainian, Volodymyr. And as fate would have it, these are also the names of the presidents of these two countries today. Anyway, Russians, Ukrainians, and Belarusians draw their lineage from this Slavic state. A lot changed in the centuries that followed, and for a lot of it, Ukraine was under Russian rule. In the 1900s, the two were Soviet republics. Russia, the most powerful of the 15 republics, and Ukraine, the second most powerful. It had defense industries, large agricultural lands, and housed much of the Soviet nuclear arsenal. During the Cold War, Ukraine was the arch rival of the United States. The Soviet Union collapsed in 1991. Ukraine became independent, as did Russia. Ukraine inherited much of Soviet nuclear arsenal, but gave it up to Russia in 1994. In exchange, Moscow guaranteed Ukraine's security and promised to respect its sovereignty. They signed the Budapest Memorandum along with these countries. Cut to November 2013, Viktor Yanukovych was the president of Ukraine. He had a reputation for heavy-handedness, corruption, and above all, for being openly pro-Moscow.
Like right there. Come on, use your common sense and turn your brain on. Turn your noodle on. Heavy-handedness, corruption, pro-Moscow. That was the old government. The Ukrainian government beforehand. So basically, they were a puppet to Ukraine.
In 2013, he rejected an EU trade deal. This deal could have meant greater integration with the European Union. Instead, Yanukovych decided to take a $15 billion bailout from Russia.
That's why they're not in the EU. The last president took a bailout from Russia instead. Russia said, well, why don't you not join the EU? Here's some money. Here you go. So the delaying of the EU was from the last president because of Russia's influence.
To many Ukrainians, it felt like being sold to Moscow. So protests broke out. They were called Euromaidan. Euro because these protests were about Europe, and Maidan because they happened in Kyiv's Maidan, what we today know as the Independence Square. Here, protesters chanted, "Sign the EU deal, Yanukovych must step down." Russia supported the president, the West supported the protesters. In February 2014, Yanukovych's government was toppled, the president was driven out of Ukraine, he fled to Russia. Not every Ukrainian...
This is 2014 is when it started. Yanukovych fled to Russia. U.S. assisted with that, with the assistance of NATO. So that's how Russia started the whole... I mean, NATO has issues. The U.S. government has issues. Not perfect at all. Not perfect entities at all. But Russia completely turned that into a propagandized rallying cry. He propagandized that.
Ukraine was happy with this. Many in the Russian-speaking East wanted Yanukovych to stay. When he was driven out, the minority felt disenfranchised. On the other side of the border, Russia was angry it had lost its puppet. To salvage the situation, Moscow annexed Crimea. Why Crimea? Well, let's now zoom into this part of the world. Crimea is a peninsula. It is located in the Black Sea. In 1954, Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev transferred Crimea. It was given to the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic from the Russian Soviet Socialist Republic. Why? Khrushchev hoped the transfer would strengthen, quote-unquote, brotherly ties between the Ukrainian and Russian people. Both Russia and Crimea were part of the Soviet Union. So this transfer did not mean very much. When Ukraine became independent in 1991, Crimea joined it. The peninsula was given special autonomy. It remained home to Russian military bases. Moscow promised to respect Crimean autonomy. Many in Russia were of the opinion that Crimea should not have been allowed to join Ukraine. In 2014, when Yanukovych was ousted from power in Ukraine, Russian military began seizing government buildings in Crimea. Soon the entire peninsula was under military occupation. A referendum followed. On the 16th of March 2014, Crimeans voted to become a part of Russia. Was this vote legitimate?
This is huge. This part's huge. They held a vote, and it wasn't. This part's huge.
Well, it depends on who you ask. For Putin, this was Crimea's liberation. For the rest of the world, this was Crimea's annexation. The focus then shifted to eastern Ukraine, where Russia-backed separatists had seized territory. Ukrainian forces did not launch an all-out offensive at first, but on the 17th of July 2014, when a flight carrying 298 people was shot down by these rebels, Ukrainian forces decided to flush out the rebels. The separatists began losing ground, so the Russian army stepped in. They invaded eastern Ukraine and fought alongside the rebels. What followed was a series of talks between Russia, Ukraine and the West. They resulted in the Minsk Accords. This was first signed in 2014. Both sides agreed on ceasefire and military withdrawal. Ukraine agreed to hold elections in the rebel-held areas. 8 years on, the Minsk Accords remain unimplemented. Ukraine stands as the largest European country excluding Russia. It covers an area of more than 600,000 square kilometers with a population of 44 million and a GDP of more than $155 billion. Per capita income, more than $3,700. Today, Ukraine is divided between East and West in more ways than one. The West sees itself as more European. The East is closer to Russia, be it in terms of geography or sentiment. In the West, most Ukrainians speak Ukrainian. In the East, a third are native Russians. In the West, Russia is looked at with suspicion. In the East, Russia is looked at through the lens of shared history and heritage. Ukraine also remains at war. Its forces are fighting the rebels in the East. Rebel leaders are ruling at least two regions, Donetsk and Luhansk. Together, they're known as the Donbas region. Russia has once again sent its troops. This time, they're stationed right at the border. What does Vladimir Putin want? For NATO to stop expanding. NATO stands for North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It's a military alliance. These countries are the founding members of NATO. These countries joined it during the Cold War, and these countries joined after it. Ukraine wants to join NATO too, but Putin wants NATO to exclude Ukraine and every former Soviet state. And this is just half the story. Like I said, a lot is hidden in history. For starters, there is domestic politics. When Putin annexed Crimea, his approval rating skyrocketed. Keeping the nationalistic drum rolling helps the Russian president.
Keep the nationalistic drum rolling helps him. Nationalism is what's helping Putin.
Annexing parts of Ukraine also helps Putin restore Russia's superpower image. Again, back to history.
Which we're seeing now in the war, the image is all it is. With the image, that's all it really is. We've noticed their military, their capabilities are not, like, it's a facade. Their city-states are where they hold their power.
Many Russians view Ukraine's independence as a mistake. It is true that Ukraine was ruled by Russia. In fact, Ukraine has barely remained independent pre-1991. There was a brief period before World War I, and then another stint in 1600. For the rest of its modern history, Ukraine was under Russia. 1 in 6 Ukrainians is an ethnic Russian. 1 in 3 speaks Russian as a native language. So Putin is right when he says historically they were one. But claiming Ukraine on the basis of colonial history is wrong. It will be like Britain claiming India.
Listen to this part. This part's huge. This whole part is huge. Again, a lot of nuance in history. You got to dig a little deeper. She told you the surface level reasons. She already said the surface level reasons on why Putin doesn't want NATO expanding, and now she's given the meat and potatoes, which is the important parts.
History is wrong. It will be like Britain claiming India, or South Africa, or Spain claiming the Philippines. Past imperialism cannot justify present-day expansionism.
One more time. Part's huge.
Or Spain claiming the Philippines. Past imperialism cannot justify present-day expansionism.
Past imperialism... One more time. This is huge. Past imperialism cannot justify present-day expansionism. That's what Russia's doing. And they're propagandizing it. And then they're getting America and Americans to justify it because Americans aren't going to look through history. They don't do that. They don't do that. Americans are very much in the now and like what's happening surface level.
By present-day expansionism. Here's what else history tells us. Ukraine was forcefully Russified. Cut to 1700, Russian leader Catherine the Great started Russifying Ukraine. Ethnic Russians were shipped to this part of the world.
They were shipping Russians there. They weren't born there. all the ethnic Russians that are there weren't naturally there.
Schools were told to teach Russian language. By 1800, the Ukrainian language was banned.
Ukrainian language is banned. Do you see how forced the Russification of Ukraine was? Is none of this shit natural?
In 1930, Soviet leader Joseph Stalin steered a famine in Ukraine. Millions of Eastern Ukrainians were killed. The area was then repopulated with ethnic Russians.
Another one. So that happened in 2 time periods already. 2 time periods. Wow, what's happening right now? That sounds familiar. 1930, Stalin steered a famine. Millions died. Area was repopulated with more ethnic Russians. So that's 2 times in history of the Russification of Ukraine in an unnatural manner.
In the 1940s, the ethnic Tatars were relocated. They too were replaced with Russians. There is a reason why Eastern Ukraine today has so many native Russian speakers. It was designed to be that way. Eastern Ukraine was always dear to Russia. It has coal, it has iron, fertile land. Its historical connection with Russia was forced. Putin time and again talks about the Holy Rus. He says Russians and Ukrainians are one people. 70% Ukrainians reject this thought. 72% consider Russia a hostile state. Today, 33.3% Ukrainians are ready to take up arms against Russia. 21.7% are ready to stage a civil resistance against Russia. 67% Ukrainians want to join the EU. 59% want to join the NATO. Meet the current Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. He came to power in 2019 following a landslide victory. He is a vocal critic of Russia. Zelenskyy openly opposes Russian occupation of eastern Ukraine. 73% of Ukrainian voters voted this man to power. Today,
73%.
Volodymyr Zelenskyy represents the pulse of Ukraine, the Ukraine that wants to remain independent of Russia. But Vladimir Putin wants to become the man who revived Russian imperialism. He does not realize the world has moved on.
Oof. Got him. Starting about 11:30, 11:45. 11:30, 11:45. United States did a lot of what Russia's doing right now in over history. They're not. They're trying to colonize Ukraine, or they've been colonizing Ukraine multiple times through history. At least 3 major time periods in history. The Russification of Ukraine. So when it's all propaganda. Vladimir Putin saying one Russia, all the Russia, and it is. I mean, now it's been decades and decades, and there's Russian speaking citizens there, but it wasn't ever natural. And it's all propaganda, and they've gotten it. They've gotten it instilled in lots of people, in many people now. Ukraine International Rescue Committee crisis. Donate now. Donate now. Mods are on top of it on Facebook. Speaking Ukrainian was banned. You couldn't speak Ukrainian in the... What was it? Let's go on. What time period was it? Well, I'll look up a history report to read. We'll read into it more. Anything new going on? No, this is why I don't spend the 8 hours during this time period anymore. This is just recap stream, looking through a couple videos, talking with you guys. The live, this is live now, but the breaking news and up to minute coverage is when the daytime comes. It's nighttime now. They have all the lights on. This is Kyiv. I know a week ago all the lights were off. 1800s. So the 1800s, 1930s, and 1940s. Nacha Benson, thank you so much for the subscribe. Thank you. Nicole Hernandez. Peaches Love, thank you for the share. Yulia Yurnaka, thank you for the share. Madison became a follower. Lackey and Philip became followers. Thank you. William became a follower. Is arming untrained civilians a good idea? No, it's not. War isn't good. Lots of repercussions will come from this on all sides. That's for sure. There's already been disgusting acts even from the Ukrainian military too. It's all out there. War isn't good. Still doesn't justify anything of what Vladimir Putin's doing in the invasion of Ukraine. People seeking justifications. Be live for about another 20 minutes, guys. About another 20 minutes. And then I'm going to get ready to go. And then I'll be back at 11:30, 11:45, maybe midnight in that region. I'm going to schedule the stream, so at least you guys will have a stream on YouTube to go and wait in. They're already banned. The more you guys comment, the harder it is to get to their comment. Yeah, 11:30, 11:45. That was safety me, yep. It'll be daytime when we return. It'll be daytime in Ukraine. It'll look like this in the stream. So when we come back, you'll hear birds and it'll be daytime. Right now it's nighttime. Not much happening at this time of night anymore. Good evening, hey Yolanda. We can post that in the Discord. I'll post it in the Discord. Alright, I posted it in the Discord, in the war room. Oh, yeah, I did. It's in the Russian invasion war room. There's the discussion room, which is free chat for. It's in there too, I see. So it's in both of the threads, but I posted it too, just in case. All resources and clips and news stories and everything are being shared in our Discord server. Join that. Link in the description. Thank you, Yolanda, for the share. Mitch McCloy, thank you for the share. Ruth Ann, and thank you, Tyra, for the 50 stars. This is a crow cam. The crows, but you're not going to hear them until the morning time. They come around, you start hearing them about 7 in the morning. 6:30, 7 in the morning, you'll hear the crows. Thank you for forcing the breaks. Yes, Thursday there's not going to be no coverage on Thursdays. It'll be, yeah, Thursday evening, Thursday night. I'll be streaming video games or something else. You guys are more than welcome to join. Oh, Ziegel Revolt. Ziegel Revolt donated $130 to the IRC. International Rescue Committee. We have $14,000 raised on YouTube, and that's not counting all the donations that have gone outside of the stream. $14,000 on YouTube, and that, again, it's probably closer to 20, honestly. True, thank you for those 530 stars. It's probably way closer to 20, realistically. Nothing new on the map. Oops. Poland may provide Ukraine with MiG-29 fighters and Su-25 attack aircraft. Excuse me. They receive F-16 fighters. Oh, wow. Citing sources in the U.S. administration. So they might get some MiG-29 fighters. And also receive... No. Yeah. MiG-29s, Su-25s, and F-16s. Fighter planes. Fighter jets. So this was Irpin crossing this bridge. Like soldiers go across, and then the civilians come across. Wow. Look at his whole how many tourniquets he's got. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's just on the back. Ready to go. Welcome back, Leanne. Yes, this is live, T. Right now it is, for about another 12 minutes. Live for about another 12 minutes. Nothing new to share now. Biggest update is a couple days ago, Kherson was retaken by the Russian military. Mariupol evacuations have halted. So the city of Mariupol is being evacuated, and those evacuations have halted because Russia was still shelling the regions for their escape or evacuation. They were still bombing their regions around that. So the Ukrainian government had to halt that. Follow on Twitter, everyone. MMP LLC News. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Mercado Media Productions. Thank you, Amber, for the share. Mercado Media Productions on Facebook. And also subscribe to the YouTube channel, Mercado Media Productions on YouTube. Most of y'all are watching on YouTube right now. 1.2K watching. 1.2K watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. All the resources for the media is on our website, mercadomediaproductions.com. I need to update the live video tab and the news tab because that's old. We were covering the Maxwell trial and then the Kim Potter trial, so I need to update that. But everything else is fine, like the support tab, the store tab, meet the team, contact. It's all up to date on there. I'll adjust those. It's a lot to run all this. Go check out our website. If you want either the blue banner with the donate button or the heart. The heart in the bottom right made out of the two hands. I'm also tired. I haven't ate yet, so I need to eat between now and get some energy. I'm low energy. I haven't ate. I slept. I did get lots of sleep, plenty of sleep, but no, I'm low energy right now. Don't have any food in me. Yeah, everything's quiet. This is the quiet part now. The quiet part of night. There's been one air raid alarm that was 2 hours ago nearly now. But nothing breaking yet. That will happen during the daytime, which is, again, please tune into our overnight coverage. Mercado Media Productions overnight coverage. Yeah, I need to eat. I need energy. From 11:45 to about 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. We'll adjust, but definitely through the night. Lots of news during those times. Thank you, Steven. One more time. We got 8 minutes left, but let me know where you're watching from. Let the chat know. Again, make sure you have your notifications turned on. Notification bell on YouTube. On Facebook, do !notify. Yeah. !notify. On Facebook so you never miss a stream. But comment where you're tuned in from. Iowa's tuned in. We got Michigan. No ground movement yet, Sean. That happens during the daytime. As you guys are going to have to come back to our 11 p.m. Nighttime, which would be daytime. It'll say daily news. The title will say daytime news in Ukraine. We're flipped. They're 8 hours ahead. Melbourne, Australia. Florida's tuned in. We got Wisconsin, Kansas City. Jamaica, Poland, Scotland's tuned in. Kansas here, Houston, Texas. Birmingham, Massachusetts, welcome. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Denmark, Asheville, North Carolina in the mountains. Calgary, Alberta. We got Perth, Australia, Big Lake, Minnesota. Brisbane, Australia. British Columbia, Poland. Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. Toledo, Dallas, Ohio, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Chicago, Prince Edward Island, Canada. Louisville, Toronto. From the Poconos. West Virginia. Been watching since night one, Cincinnati, Ohio. Hope you guys stick around even after this coverage. We do have a big audience that's been watching for a couple years now, but I'm hoping all of our new audience will stick through. There's like midterm. We're going to be dialing back and tuning back into U.S. politics and news at some point. It doesn't look like any time in the near future. Looks like we'll be dialed into Ukraine for a while. But we do have midterm elections and more annoying things in the United States that I will be covering and streaming. So plenty of coverage outside of the Ukraine war in the future. I have been doing this for 2 years now, and I'm not going to stop. And all my coverage is live feed. I do clips and post those to Twitter, but I don't. All my coverage is live stream, or I find a live stream like this one. I found that live coverage is the best way for true transparency, because even people that are bad at live stream or whatever are toasty, cooked streamers. They at least you're still watching a live feed and you can see that they're cooked. And they can't hide it behind videos. You see the person's personality, and you can see the happenings for yourself, I suppose. Toronto's tuned in. Watched me since Minneapolis riots. True Versatile, 530 stars. Thank you. Yeah. Do I need a rip it? No. I haven't had a rip it in a long time. No, I think I had a rip it for fun, which sounds wild to say. A couple years ago, but no, I haven't had those since I was deployed. I don't think they have them in the store. I don't know if I would voluntarily get one. Watching from Rochester. What's Rip It? It's an energy drink that the U.S. Army had to deal with, and we had an abundance of it during Operation Enduring Freedom in the Middle East. We had too much. We had infinite amounts of Rip Its. You can find those at the store. So if you see the brand Rip It, that was like, I don't know, they must have had a contract with the DOD to start getting civilians to drink Rip Its. I'll pass, but you guys can go ahead. They're not bad. It's just like one of those things. Like, that was all we had, and I drank all the Rip Its, all the flavors, hundreds of times. So I think I'm all rip it out. You guys can go wild with them though. It's not like they're not anything wild. You probably get more energy out of a bang. I don't know. I don't do energy drinks anymore. I recommend you don't drink them, actually. I should probably say that instead. Yeah, you actually don't get energy drinks. Stay away from those. But I'm not drinking any more Rip Its. I quit energy drinks last year too, and I quit cigarettes. Yeah. All it did was just make I used to drink energy drinks like crazy, and now I can't. My palms sweat, my hands shake, my anxiety just kicks in, PTSD surges. Can't do it. So it's a good thing. So I quit, not really by 100% choice, but I'm not suffering through those. I'm not suffering through those symptoms just to feel some energy. Coffee's fine for me now. I used to shoot a 5-hour energy and then sip on energy drink, like in the vehicle. Yep. Can't do that anymore. That would probably send me to the hospital. That would definitely send me to the hospital. Or I would tell somebody to take me to the hospital. No, nothing new, guys. This is about the ending right here, though. We'll hang out. I hope you guys will hang out all night and track the latest news. And again, I say all night, but that'll be morning time in Ukraine. So when we return, I'm about to schedule the stream on YouTube so you guys can go get your notification and get on the stream. So when I schedule it on YouTube, just head there and there will be an option to get a notification or get a reminder and go get that. And then you guys can like hang out in the queue or hang out in the Discord while I go play softball for a while. When we return in 3.5 hours, what is it? 8. It'll be 7:30 in the morning, nearly 8 in the morning in Ukraine. It'll be daytime. It'll look like this. It'll look like this when we return. All right, it looks like this right now because it's nighttime. But when we get back, daytime breaking news coverage, stuff happens. So you hang out all night, but you die tomorrow with 3 kids. I hope to see as many of you as possible. Again, I'll schedule the stream right now. You guys get your notification. I'll tweet out an update when I'm going live. So if you guys missed it or just are joining now, but we'll be live again all night long, covering daytime events and movements and happenings in Ukraine, up to minute, up to date information as best as we can. All right, guys. Again, follow the page follow us on Twitter, MMPLLC News, to get those notifications like this, coverage updates. Follow us on Facebook for the streams if you guys choose to watch here. We have nearly 300 tuned in consistently on Facebook, still sticking through. But I also update this post because Facebook is not like Twitter at all in terms of writing posts for algorithms. So I'm just updating this post daily. I posted it on March 2nd, but it's just updating daily on my times. All right, so I'm just editing this post on Facebook and editing the times every day. So I put 12 to 6. That might be adjusted, but 12 at the latest, midnight at the latest for sure. Why don't I get notifications on Facebook? Type !notify. You might need to set Mercado Media on Facebook to favorites. YouTube, you guys hit the notification bell over here to all. So there's 3. There's personalized, none, and all. Click the bell and set it to all when you subscribe. Subscribe just gets you notifications. And then you got to click the bell again to get even more. And then the website. All right, MercadoMediaProductions.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. See you guys later. Have a good evening.
Thank you.